you don't talk to the police. I don't care how innocent you are, you don't talk to the police. And if this video doesn't convince you, Godspeed. About a year ago, I get a call from an old client's buddy saying, a detective has called me. He wants to talk to me about something. Do you think I should go? And I said, absolutely not. You give him my phone number, and I'll handle it. The guy tells me up and down, I have nothing to hide. I've not committed any crime. It's him and another guy. Okay. Both of them innocent. Both of them are not guilty of any crime. I'm telling you that. Take my word for it. You'll see everyone will end up agreeing with me, but both of them are innocent. And he said his friend got a call too from the detective, and they're both engaged in the same business. And I was like, tell your friend not to talk as well. I'm not his lawyer, but tell your friend not to talk. And my client was adamant. He's like, I haven't done anything wrong. Like, I can just talk. I was like, you are welcome to do whatever you want. But if you want to hire me, we're not cooperating. Okay? We're cooperating. We're going to go down to the station. But you're not saying a word. Long story short, we go down to the station. They tried everything to get my client to talk. And I kept saying, he's got nothing to say, he's got nothing to say. They even put us in another room so that we can talk, just the two of us. It was in their lunchroom so that there's no cameras and we can speak freely and blah, blah, blah. Because maybe your client wants to talk and you just can't talk in front of me, so let's do that. Then at the end, the cop tries to pull me into like his little cubicle. All right, I'm not supposed to show you this, but here's what I have. And if your client doesn't talk, I have an appointment to talk to the other guy tomorrow. And he's already told me everything. Okay? I'm just going to have him say it on the record tomorrow. And if he talks, then your client's fucked. And also, I already have enough to arrest him today if I wanted to. I'm just giving him an opportunity to flip on the other guy. And I was like, well, what's it to you? What's it to you which one of these guys gets flipped on? I like you, and I'm just trying to help out your client. I'm like, does this fucking guy think it's my first day? It's not my first day. So he's going through like what he thinks he has against my guy, and I was like, are we reading the same thing? I was like, this is not a crime. None of this amounts to a crime. It's a business, just so you know. It is a business that this officer clearly was not familiar with. He's not familiar with how the business works. And he thought that whatever it was illegal. And I'm like, this is a perfectly legal business. And he's like, well, we're just going to agree to disagree on that one. And I was like, I don't think so. I think that you have to have a good faith basis before you arrest somebody. Like, you have a duty to make sure that it's a crime. I'm telling you, it's not a crime. And he's like, and I was like, tell me which crime it is. Tell me what crime it is. And he was like, oh, I'm not going to explain the world to you, ma'am. So he tells me that he's going to have no choice but to arrest my client on the spot. And I was like, do it. And then we'll bond out and we'll figure this out. But he's not saying anything to you. He's so pissed. He escorts us out eventually and crushes my hand as he shakes it goodbye and says, well, I'm going to be contacting your client or you pretty soon. It's not going to be as friendly as it was this time. I was like, are you telling me that you're going to arrest him later? Just do it now. I've got paperwork to do. Okay. All right. You have enough to arrest him right now. You don't need to wait to talk to the other guy, but you're just paperwork. So you're just going to do it like, okay. Long story short, the other guy went in. The other guy talked. The other guy got arrested because all they needed was a verbalized like admission that yes, I am engaged in this activity that's perfectly fucking legal. And whatever that guy said still wasn't enough to arrest my client because they needed my client to say, yes, I'm engaged in this activity. That guy got arrested. And today his charges were finally dropped. After a year. He was arrested in front of his family. He had to post a bond, a very high bond, because it was a first-degree felony he got charged with. He had to hire a lawyer and pay a trial fee. They didn't end up going to trial, but a retainer for a criminal defense attorney for the trial phase of a case is a lot higher than it is for pre-filing, for investigative stages. Okay, so he was out of mint for a first-degree felony. He was on pretrial release, so every time he wanted to go to Disney World with his kids, there had to be a motion to the court asking for permission. If he wanted to leave the Tri-County area, he had to get permission for a year for something. For there was no crime. They eventually had to drop the charges, but the thing is that he had to go through all of this, and even though the charges are dropped, it's still on his record. And when they drop a case because it's bullshit, they don't make a note that says, "Oh, this is bullshit," and they don't delete it. They should just be able to delete it. If they created it, they should be able to delete it. They don't even take it upon themselves to expunge it for you, making you burn your one and only expungement that you're allowed in your entire lifetime. Expungement takes about a year and requires motions to the court. So that guy, because he was like, I've got nothing to hide, I'm not committing a crime, and talked, that guy got arrested, and his life was in turmoil for a year. And now he's going to have a mugshot for the rest of his life. And this case will come up, a first-degree felony, every time his background is run. And my client didn't fucking talk. And they never fucking arrested him. So if this doesn't convince you, I don't have anything else to say to you. Whatever, goodbye.